All right, that's it. We've got no choice. We're live. You better be ready. 93.5 listeners. Are you ready? Facebook viewers, are you ready? The General, are you ready? Nelson, the Maverick, Madrid, are you ready? David, Squeeze, Aniki, are you ready?
I am.
You're ready? Is that a yes?
I am. Yes,
Good.
I am.
Good, because then you and you and you and you are now officially cruising with the case handler. We are Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. We are attorneys here in New York City. I am Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We're here to answer all of your legal questions for 100%, no strings attached, for free, over the phone or on Facebook. So please, if you're watching right now and you've got a question regarding immigration, personal injury, real estate, matrimonial law, criminal law, employment and labor law, let us know. Post it to Facebook. Give us a call on the phone. Pick up the phone right now. Give us a ring. What's our phone number? 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, PPID law. Our offices are here in Manhattan. We have offices in Brooklyn. We have offices in Peekskill. We've been around for over 60 years. I am the partner of the personal injury practice, and I personally have obtained over $120 million for victims of negligence, medical bills, lost wages, and of course, compensation for pain and suffering. We have one chance to get it right. There are no redos in personal injury. Just remember that. We say it all the time. Can't open a case once it's resolved. So you got one chance to get it right. And we always say, one chance, one choice, your case handler. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Squeeze, I got one question real quick for you.
What's that?
You down with PPID?
You know me.
All right.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's Adam Handler. We've got so many names for him. And everybody that's on 93.5 WVIP FM, I am David Squeeze Aniki. I mean, no one disputes this. I have the biggest mouth on this radio station. Not the loudest, but the biggest mouth, ladies and gentlemen. I am the one that has created the longest running law show on this station. I am the one, ladies and gentlemen, who believes in making sure that the immigrant community have quite a few attorneys to take care of them. Adam Handler is a part of that longest running immigration law show, personal injury show on the station 93.5 FM. You know what? He cannot be disputed either. There is no one on this station who has ever settled $120 million for his clients. None. No, ladies and gentlemen, not for 15 consecutive years on this station. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Everyone else is fragmented. He has been contiguous. All right? Let me jump into the vocabulary. Okay? Adam Handler has been very contiguous in helping the Caribbean community. So if you get hurt in an accident, do not take chances, not because Squeeze has a big mouth. Listen to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, as to what's happening out there in the streets. Adam's name is on everyone's tongue. Adam Handler, case handler, the shark, the man who will fight tooth and nail to make sure that you get the maximum compensation when you get hurt in an accident. You don't want to go with some fly-by-night attorney, okay, that's going to settle for a $5,000 or $20,000 here, or come up to you and say, I tell you what, I can advance you a couple of $1,000s here. You see, we are easily dissuaded. Using up the vocab today. We're easily dissuaded, ladies and gentlemen. We're easily discouraged, ladies and gentlemen, okay? But don't take the bait from all these people running up to you at the scene of the accident, okay? The tow truck guy giving you a card, somebody telling you that they know the best attorney. It's all bull tiches, all right? It's all bull crap, okay? Go with an attorney that has proved themselves, that is doing things by the book and going for the maximum compensation, the most money you can get. And the only man I know that does that is Adam Handler. You know, come to think of it, is that sad or is that good? The only real personal injury attorney I know is Adam Handler.
Listen, how many other personal injury attorneys do you want to know?
I'm just thinking about it. You're the only real personal injury attorney I know.
That's not a bad, listen, that's not a bad thing, right? Because if he weren't good, you would obviously know others, right? But if you know one, it's because obviously he's good and there's no need to know anyone else.
Well, years ago, he used to put on his show another attorney that shall remain nameless, but when Squeeze was, not thinking clearly, and I would call him and I'll be like, you really think he's the best? He's like, do you hear me say he's the best? No.
Exactly.
He's like, he's a Fiat. And I'm like, well, what am I? You remember what you said?
Rolls Royce?
No, Ferrari.
A Ferrari. All right. You are a Ferrari, man. You go for it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a joke. And listen, and let me just clear one thing up in 120 seconds, attorneys. I've been doing this show since 1996. I'm showing my age. And we run what's called brokered programming on this station, where we buy airtime from the radio station and we produce it. And over years and time, we put advertisers on the station. That's how it gets started. And then you start realizing when the community starts complaining to you and saying, Squeeze, that person is not good enough. We as a broadcaster and a businessman start getting a complaint. And I am under pressure to remove someone from my program because they're not doing a good enough job. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. I have done many iterations and I have learned to put only the best on my programming. And that's what I have done. And it took me years to put the show back together, thanks to Adam Handler, okay, in having the best attorneys. They can't say it, but I can say it, but having the best attorneys on the station. And I'm not joking. I am not joking. I have put others on, ladies and gentlemen, and then I stopped completely. I just completely stopped. I was like, that's it. I'm not putting anybody on. You can ask Adam. I'm not putting anybody on. That's it.
You'd rather put nobody on.
Exactly. I said, you know what? I'll focus on my BioLife. I'll focus on the credit repair. I'll focus on the debt settlement. I'll focus on my own entities. But we got together, ladies and gentlemen. And because I have known Adam for 15 years, I trust him. I trusted him. He has helped my mom. He has helped multiple people within the community. I know what he's capable of. And here we are today, helping out a community. So right now, I want every one of you to dial this number and store his number. He is your personal injury attorney. He runs that department at the major law firm, PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Dial this number. His number is 844-774-3529. I'm genuinely telling you, and I can swear to God, and I'm not supposed to be swearing. If you get hurt in an accident, the best attorney you could have is Adam Handler. So dial his number, store it, let it ring 10, 15 seconds. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make the call to Adam Handler, ladies and gentlemen. Store his number. Personal injury, you get hurt in an accident, that's the man that you need. With that said, PPID, the firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico that Adam is a partner in, is not only about personal injury. They're also about immigration and other departments. And with that said, let's switch it over to immigration. I've got who's called the general, ladies and gentlemen. And when we say he is the general, he's the general in our opinion when it comes to immigration help, ladies and gentlemen. This man is well connected within that capacity. The general, Alan Kaye. He is the man when you've got questions, when you can't get in touch with certain people in immigration. He's the man who makes it happen, ladies and gentlemen. And that is also one of the reasons why you should exclusively choose PPID when it comes to getting your immigration help. So make sure you store that number, 844-774-3529. Earlier on, you heard the Maverick. We've got the Maverick Minute coming up later on. But right now, let's jump right into immigration. Let's welcome the General, Alan E. Kaye, an attorney at the law firm PPID, Pollack, and Isaac and DeSico. Hey, good morning, Alan. How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It's good to have you again.
It's good to be here. So let me give our listeners some updates on what's going on. Unfortunately, the updates are not generally good. Very few good updates. But to start off with, those of you who are in removal proceedings before an immigration judge, sometimes good things happen in removal proceedings, sometimes not. But basically, all non-detained hearings where you're not locked up and in a removal proceeding, they've all been postponed up till July 31st. So no non-detained hearings until after July 31st. Nelson, you wanted to add on to that?
Yes, actually, that's in New York. That would be at 26 Federal Plaza, 290 Broadway, and at 201 Varick Street. So if you were scheduled for a court hearing, obviously it will be rescheduled and you will receive a new notice.
Okay, let's go on to a few other things. Now, in some immigration cases, you need from New York City, if you live in New York City, a certificate of good conduct from the New York Police Department. Now, you can no longer walk in to do that. You have to make an appointment to get a New York City Police Certificate of Good Conduct. Now, we can help you with that. Just remember that you can't walk in anymore. It's got to be a procedure you have to follow to get that. Next, the application support centers are the places where you go to get fingerprinted. They have been closed. They're starting to reopen now. And so you'll be able to go, not walking in, but you'll be getting appointments to go into the application support centers to get fingerprinted, which is a good thing. Next, while some embassies and American consulates overseas have been closed, they're going to be phasing in reopening starting July 15th. So based on local conditions, some of the consulates and embassies will be calling you in for appointments. It's country by country, depending on what's going on in the country. Next, immigration has a new policy now that if you're applying for a benefit like a working permit, which was never a big deal, you know, as part of your immigration case, you married an American, you were filing for adjustment of status, you filed for a working permit. Well, it's not automatic anymore. They're saying, immigration is saying that you have to show that you merit a favorable exercise of discretion. So getting a working card is not going to be so easy. In some cases, you're going to have to show you deserve it. And if you can't show you deserve it, you're not going to get it. So not a very good thing. Whereas the working cards were very quick, no longer. Next, this is really a doozer. USCIS had a company that produced their cards. That company was a third-party contractor, and their contract with this third-party contractor expired in June because immigration is running out of money. So they couldn't get a new contractor. So therefore, the location in Kentucky where the USCIS cards were produced shut down. And now the only cards that are being produced are from USCIS in Lee Summit, Missouri. So it's going to be harder and longer to get your green cards and to get your working cards. So not a very good sign. Finally, we've been talking about furloughs. Immigration has served notice that they're going to furlough 75% of their staff starting August 3rd, unless they get money that they need. And the money they need is $1.2 billion. And that's going to be, immigration is in talks with Congress to see whether Congress is going to give them the $1.2 billion. So at this point, it's kind of like a game of chicken, because if they don't get the $1.2 billion, they're going to furlough 75% of their employees, and naturally everything is going to grind to a very slow halt. All their services are going to go down the drain. You're not going to get anything very quickly. As it is, you don't get anything quickly anymore anyway. But this furlough thing is going to be a really bad sign, and we'll continue to discuss this on future programs. But right now it's like a game of chicken, because immigration is saying, well, we need the money, and unless we get the money, we're going to close down 75% of our people who will not be working, and that'll start August 3rd for 30 days and could go up to 90 days. So this furlough thing is not a good thing. And I'm sorry that I don't have good news for you on any of these ideas, but that's where things are right now.
Well, you want to know what, General? By the way, folks, General is Alan E. Kaye, is an attorney at the firm PPID, where you can actually get yourselves a free phone consultation. Everyone that's tuning in, if you dial the number I'm about to give you, you can get a free phone consultation when it comes to immigration. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. But Mr. General, there are still great things and good things that PPID, has been doing and can do for a lot of people. Wouldn't you say so, Nelson and Alan?
Yeah, we still are doing a lot of great things, despite all the problems we're facing. Nelson, you agree?
Of course, absolutely. I think, listen, I think obviously things have gotten more difficult. That doesn't mean that they're impossible. It just means they've gotten a lot more difficult.
Right.
And I believe if people are properly guided and properly assisted, obviously you can have a favorable outcome.
Which means it's harder now than it ever was to do your immigration cases by yourself. And we see lots of people who tried to do it by themselves and got denied and ran into problems, and then they come to us to try to help fix it.
So give us a call, 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529.
Now, Alan, as someone who has so much experience, and I know the guys joke about it that you have 90 years experience, and all of that. We, all the time, the Nelsons and the Conrads and the Adam Handlers, but we think it's about 60 or so. Now, with someone with that much, experience about immigration, with someone who has more knowledge than most attorneys when it comes to immigration, and you are at PPID, I want from your heart for you to tell me, with everything that's going on, would you advise anyone to file their case themselves, considering the climate and everything that's going on with this administration?
I would advise no one to do their cases by themselves. And we run into lots of people who have tried to do it themselves and run into severe problems and hurt their cases. It's just not a good idea anymore to try to do it by yourself, because you're going to ruin your life and ruin your case and pay a lot more money to try to get us to fix it.
Okay, now, let me ask Maverick something. Maverick, from a case from 1 to 10, right? Based on people who are doing their filing themselves, okay? 10 being the worst, all right, and 1 being not so bad, okay? What do you think it has increased by, as far as a number is concerned, in you potentially getting in trouble when you file your own case?
Oh, I'd say easily about an 8 or a 9. I mean, listen, I obviously haven't been doing this as long as Alan has, but I've been doing it for about 13, 14 years. Mm-hmm. It's a completely different world. I mean, I often joke, I feel like I'm fresh out of law school. There's been so many changes and things have become so much more difficult that, as you've said in the past, it would behoove, a lot of people, at least speak to a lawyer before you try to do this on your own.
Thank you.
Don't just, this is like trying to run across a highway. Yeah, can you make it? Yeah, you can also get hit by a car, and not recover, so it's not, again, things have gotten very difficult. We've got that new public charge rule. We've got the new, public charge form. I spoke with a caller who filed for Violence Against Women Act, which is to Form I-360. It's basically when you've been the victim of domestic violence, or, you've been in a turbulent relationship and you're trying to self-petition for yourself. This person went out, filed this application on her own, and has no proof of the marriage. A marriage certificate alone is only proof that it's a legal marriage. It doesn't mean it's a real marriage.
Right.
There's other documents that need to be filed. She got a request for evidence. She's got no evidence. Unfortunately, we can't assist her. We can't assist everyone. And, in Spanish, there's a saying, one thing is to call the devil, another thing is to see him appear.
Yep.
Why are you going to put yourself on the radar when you've got a horrible case? Why file?
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Maverick. You can hear the passion in him when Maestro is not around. I mean, I'm just kidding. This firm, man, the attorneys are so good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you can hear the competing as to who wants to get the answer out and who wants to deliver the information. I love that. Okay, I love it when I personally have so much attorneys around me, helping out the community. It's a beautiful thing. That's Nelson Madrid, the Maverick. Later on, we'll talk about the Maverick minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be flipping into personal injury in a second. But with all of that said, and immigration being what it is, ladies and gentlemen, do you want to speak with Nelson Madrid after the show? If you do, and you want to speak with him on a phone consultation for free, you want to speak with people like the General for free, okay, on a phone consultation, here's what you do. Dial this number now, 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. Easily remember, the law firm, PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, the immigration department, 844-774-3529. We could do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. However, what's important is that you call, you speak to an attorney for free, and then you hire PPID. Okay, make no mistake. This is the firm you need. Okay, we have demonstrated their depth, their knowledge, their links, aka the General over there. Make sure you make the call. 844-774-3529. Share the number with someone who you know needs it. I want to say thanks to each and everyone tuning in on Facebook. Can everybody on Facebook do me a favor? Everyone that's actually doing it right now. Can you share on at least 3 individuals' pages? That's all I'm asking you for. Just share on 3 pages, and also subscribe and like and follow the page that you are watching right now, and share. Once again, 93.5 FM listeners, we implore you to actually follow our pages. David Squeeze Anarchy, that's mine. Adam Handler's page, the Kaye Sadler. PPID's page, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Follow the pages. Get more information on attorneys that can help you each and every single day. With that said, we return to the Kaye Sadler, my co-pilot here.
What's up, buddy? So there's a couple of points I want to stress before we get into the personal injury. Number one, the phone call is 100% free, right? The consultation, I don't know how many times we said it, probably not enough on the show. When you call 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID law, yes, you'll be connected to our firm, but you'll also be connected to very, very important information. And we give that information to you 100% free of charge over the phone. It's our way of giving back to the community that's embraced us for so many years. So whether it's immigration, personal injury, you got a real estate question, someone in your family died and you need to figure out how to probate a will, you have a matrimonial issue, you're having an issue on your job, no matter what the legal issue is, we have a legal solution and a legal answer, and we're happy to provide it over the phone for 100% free. And then if we can help you, we only ask that you, go with who you believe to be the best possible attorney. And I hope that's Pollack, Isaac, DeSico. Another important announcement is that Miss Joseph, one of our Facebook followers, did mention that Alan looks great for his age. He looks really, really good. And then 4 prayer hands. So that's amazing. We have such wonderful feedback, and, he's not just smart. He's a good-looking gentleman. That's true. I always said he's like Regis. He always reminds me of Regis. So there you go, Alan. We're making you blush. Next, finally, most importantly, let's talk a personal injury case. Do I have the ability to? Am I the co-host today? I am. All right. Excellent. Let's talk about a case. We have so many cases that we work on. Literally thousands of cases over the years, and that's how you obtain $120+ million. And each case we treat like it's our most important case, and we post about it when the case is over, a true life success story. But there's so many of them that you really have to keep scrolling down the page, keep going, and they get buried, almost like buried treasures. And these cases can be 5 years old, 4 years old, 6 months old, but they're all special cases, and they bring me back to that specific fact pattern and that specific successful result. So I want to go back to this one. This is an oldie but goodie. This is regarding a trip and fall in New York City. Her name was Angela, and we obtained $150 million. $150,000 for her. Sorry, I got millions on my mind. $150,000, and it was a very difficult case. There's a photograph here, as you can see. It was a sidewalk that was in disrepair. One of the sidewalk flags was raised above the other sidewalk flag, and the lighting in that area was very, very poor. So at night, It was February around 8 o'clock. Angela was walking and she tripped and fell, and she injured her left hand. Her hand was put in a cast for a few weeks, and then she did physical therapy on that hand for almost a year. No surgery, no broken bones, but a hand injury that really gave her a tough time, and a lot of her job involved typing. So not a good stretch for her. But you know what? We got her compensation, $140,000 for the injury, and $10,000 for her medical bills. And we say when you're hurt through the fault of somebody else, you're entitled to full compensation from them. Medical bills, time out of work, and of course the pain and suffering. And that's what we did for her. $150,000 for Angela, a case that we fought very hard on, and it went about a year. I haven't talked about it on this show, and it's just something that makes me happy to see those smiling faces. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman, and her sister is a very loyal Facebook follower of this show. So I'm sure she's getting a kick out of seeing this picture right now. But ladies and gentlemen, the point of this story is we can change lives. We can change lives with life-changing money if, God forbid, you sustain a life-changing injury. What we do here at Pollack Isaac DeSico is truly unique and truly special. If you want the best possible attorney fighting for you and your family at your one and only shot at justice, right? Whether it's a personal injury case, an immigration case, a matrimonial case, a criminal case, don't play around. The choice should be very, very simple. And you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take Squeeze's word for it, or the General's, or the Maverick, or the Maestro. Take the advice of those who came before you at our firm. If you go on our website, thecasehandler.com or ppid.com, or you follow us on Instagram, Case Handler, or Facebook, Case Handler, the proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep scrolling, and you'll see successful result after successful result after successful result after successful result. Now, we can never guarantee a successful result in the future. Nobody can guarantee anything in life. There's two things that are guaranteed. What do they say are guaranteed in life, Squeeze?
I know two things are taxes and death.
Exactly. Those are the only two things that are guaranteed, taxes and death. But everything else, if you want to ride with a winner, it's all about, what we've done in the past and what we can do for you in the future. And if you want the best chance possible for that successful result, you'll have our number, you'll have it saved. Hopefully you never need it. God forbid you do. You're going to be one happy woman, or one happy man, or happy father, happy wife. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law. I'm Adam Handler. I'm your case handler. We're Pollack Isaac DeSico. Squeeze, you down with PPID?
You know me.
All right.
I love saying that too, man.
Who's down with PPID?
That's my favorite part of the show, by the way.
Every last homie.
Let's go to the top.
It's 9 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to remind you, Cruising with a Case Handler comes your way at 8:30 a.m. weekdays, 7 p.m. on Saturdays, 12 noon on Sundays. Thank you so much for tuning in. The show is brought to you by Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And we have the attorneys today. We've got the General Alan E.K. is an attorney at the law firm PPID. You just heard from, of course, Adam Handler, the case handler who runs the personal injury department. You've got Nelson Madrid, the man, okay, who is the Maverick, ladies and gentlemen, and helping out thousands of people. He's had well over 13 years under his belt, and he's ready, willing, and able to speak to you after the show. Call him and speak to him for free for a phone consultation, and that number is 844-774-3529. Let's get the Maverick Minute before we jump into some questions. So got a couple of questions here for the immigration attorneys. So let's go to the Maverick Minute, where Nelson Madrid, one of the top attorneys at the firm, speaks his mind on what's on it.
Listen, I don't know that the Maverick Minute is required anymore. Obviously, I'm getting a little more airtime. I'm able to speak a little more. And I hope people obviously realize I do have a personality. But, in all reality, Alan has been doing this for over 50 years. Conrad has been doing this for over 35 years. And I've been doing this for over 13 years. when you add all of that experience together, it's over 100 years of experience. Okay. I don't think there's much we have not seen at this point in our careers. Okay. And there is no I in team. We all work together. If I am encountered with something I have not seen, I have Alan and Conrad to go to discuss, to confer. And, similar, Alan has an issue, Alan has a tough judge. Alan will come to me, will speak with me. Cases are typically assigned based on level of complexity. I personally handle the more difficult cases, but we work together as a team, and I think we're a pretty good team.
Beautiful. The Maverick Minute, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. That was Nelson Madrid, one of the attorneys, major attorney at PPID. Call him now, get your free phone consultation with him one-on-one, off the air, privately and confidentially, 844-774-3529. You also heard, of course, from Adam Handler, the man who gave you his true success story, the man who has settled well over $120 million for his clients. It's a beautiful thing, and we love what it is that he's doing at the firm as a partner. With that said, let's jump right into immigration questions. I am the petitioner of my husband. I am a U.S. citizen. I am not working at the moment, but I worked over the past 5 years. My mother is going to sponsor my husband. My question is this: when I file the I-864, am I going to be a sponsor for my husband even though I don't work, and my mother is going to be a joint sponsor? Do I have to file the I-864A2?
Yes. The petitioner always has to file an affidavit of support, even if you're not working. And obviously, in this case, she is not working, so she will have to file an affidavit of support. Her mother will have to be their joint sponsor. And don't forget, they will also have to file the form I-944, which is the Declaration of Self-Sufficiency. Best of luck with that. If you need help, feel free to give us a call. 844-774-3529.
That's it, 844-774-3529. And when he says best of luck with that, it's his way of saying call them, all right? Because you're going to be up against some serious odds, all right? Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Let's get to another question right here on the immigration segment. We've been cruising with the case handler. What is merit-based immigration, and how will it affect family immigration?
Marriage-based immigration is
Merit.
part of family immigration.
Merit.
Family immigration is part of, it's a system where families file for other.
No, Alan, merit-based immigration.
MERIT.
Merit-based immigration basically makes it it gives them a lot of latitude. Okay. It basically determines on whether or not they feel you deserve this benefit. Merit, obviously there will be certain requirements. The requirements are unclear at the moment. But again, it's their way of trying to make things a little more difficult, right? Because merit, means you basically have to accomplish something. What it is at the moment, we don't know. These are all changes that are obviously in the pipeline at the moment.
Merit-based immigration is a proposal. It's not the law now. It's something they're talking about. Canada has more of a merit-based immigration system. England has more of a merit-based immigration system. We don't have that now. It's something that's being discussed.
Okay, so it doesn't exist here in the United States as yet.
Correct.
Got you. Fully understand you. Thank you, gentlemen, for explaining that. Once again, folks, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529 for the immigration attorneys. Get that free phone consultation. Question number 3. I have a green card and I'm outside the United States more than 6 months because of the coronavirus. They closed my workplace. Will I have any issues when I'm coming back?
Well, theoretically, you could have an issue when you're coming back. You should be coming back with a one-way ticket, not a round-trip ticket. They may ask you why you stayed out more than 6 months, but you have a good explanation because of coronavirus. So, and also if you're a permanent resident, they're not going to take away your card. The worst they can do is to call you What happens at the airport, the first person you see is called primary inspection. They only have a minute or two to talk to you. If they know if there's a problem, they'll send you to secondary inspection. Those people have a lot of time to ask you questions, but normally you're out more than 6 months, but less than a year, you should not have a problem.
You know, I just to add to that, I was on a recent webinar with the director of Customs and Border over at JFK. And obviously, they are taking into account the situation. This is obviously a very unique situation in which we find ourselves in. So they're being very generous. You know, obviously, this person should try to get back sooner rather than later.
Mhm.
But obviously, it's, you know, they are very understanding of the people who have been outside of the United States for an extended period of time.
The nice thing is you're dealing with Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and CBP in New York and New Jersey are very nice. Not the rest of the country. You could have a harder time if you enter any place other than New York.
Don't try Miami.
Right.
Those people, those guys down there. Oh my God, unbelievable. You know, here's another one. My father is a green card holder and has applied for me. The problem is that my father's name is abbreviated in parts in all American documents, but his name is spelled out in my certificate, passport, birth certificate. Will there be any problem with this? My PD is 21st of March, 2017, category F2B.
So
Well, go ahead, Nelson.
So F2B is subject to the presidential proclamation. So basically, they won't be able to come until at least the earliest January of next year. Also, if there are any issues, immigration can issue what's called a request for evidence and potentially ask for DNA tests or ask for secondary evidence. We've seen, in fact, many callers, many listeners, many Facebook viewers have called us with, you know, with that type of request for evidence that they've received from immigration. It's a very common request for evidence, and we've been able to help some people out.
Well, basically, you say you have a priority date, which means that the petition was probably approved already, despite the fact about your father's name. So if the petition was approved already and you're going to have an appointment in an American consulate, that question may come up again at the interview with the consulate, or the question may come up if you're going to have an interview with immigration here. But the petition was already approved, so apparently they weren't too concerned about the spelling of your father's name at this point. Could come up again.
Gotcha. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the immigration segment on Cruising with the Case Handler, brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and Seco. You may reach them now for a free phone consultation off the air, privately and confidentially, like I always say. And that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Any immigration questions, reach out to them. Don't go anywhere else. Don't take chances filing on your own either. You're going to get yourself in a lot of doo-doo, and we don't want that to happen to you. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. With that said, we conclude the show on personal injury and, yes, immigration. And we see Adam Handler standing there next to Nelson with his mask on. All right. So thanks to each and every one. Everybody got their mask. Thanks to each and every one for tuning into the show. Okay. They definitely have personalities, as we can see. It's been a great show. And prior results of that guarantee a similar outcome. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing. Alan, thank you so much for being the true general. Thank you again, Nelson. And thank you also, Adam Handler. We'll catch up and speak with you again soon. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.